Alrighty, y'all. So, today we're going to go ahead and get into some leg curls, leg extensions, calf raises, focus on some high volume leg stuff, get the quads activated, hamstrings, calves, get that isolation work in. We had a heavy day yesterday, which was our chest day. So, more or less, we're just kind of restarting our routine back from what our second part of the split was. So it's a heavy chest, light legs, light back, rest day, and then we'll go back into heavy legs, light chest, heavy back. So same routine. We're just starting in the middle of it. But let's go ahead and get into these leg curls, get them started. We're going to be starting off at 110 pounds here. We got 255s on here. So let's go ahead and start getting some sets knocked out here. I think we're going to go sets of 12, and I'll add 25 pounds each set and just kind of work up here and see where we get to. So I'm pretty sure my legs are going to feel tore up tomorrow. But we'll find out. It kind of happens when you take some time off, and then you start getting back into it, that you are super sore again. Feels good. Let's go up. So it is kind of funny, as like you go along in your training. When you first start working out and everything, like, you do 2 or 3 sets of like 8 or 10, and then you're sore. Like, you're actually sore. It ends up going, you're at 4 sets, 5 sets, 6 sets of like 10, 15 reps, and like you're pushing it. You just don't feel all that sore anymore. Like, your body kind of adapts to the soreness. And I don't know if it's you just can't beat yourself down that far anymore, or if your body, say, figures out how to block out some of that pain, as it's not, hey, you're not injured. Ugh. 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 Whew. That is heavy. That is also the heaviest amount of weight we've done on this so far. Whew. Hamstrings are on fire. But, or if it's just, like you just kind of get used to the feeling so you don't pay attention to it as much. But, then you start wondering, like, am I pushing it hard enough? Am I training hard enough? And so on. If you're kind of at that point, take a little bit of a break. Take like 2 weeks off, and then come back to it. And then you will remember how much it sucks to actually feel sore. And you'll take it as a blessing that you've reached that point of, like, soreness is not crippling anymore. Because I tell you what, my chest feels tore up today. It hurts to, like, squeeze and move it. But it is what it is. I'm thinking I'm going to do one more set at this weight here. Try to hit another 12. And then we'll go ahead and we'll move into calf raises. But one of the other things, too, is if you switch up the movements you're doing. Ugh. Woo! Because if you're always doing the same movements, you're activating the muscle the same way all of the time through the same range of motion. You adapt to it and you start to not get as sore. So then if you change to another movement that works the same muscle group in a similar path range but slightly different, you start reactivating some extra recruitment there and you end up a little extra sore. It's kind of like if you're always doing hammer curls, switch to a pronated or supinated curl, and all of a sudden your biceps are a little more sore. If you're always doing tricep extensions and pull downs, switch to an overhead version. Triceps are more sore. If you're always doing a double leg hamstring curl, switch to a single leg, or change the angle that you're working at, or like put the pad a little deeper up your calf or something. All of that stuff changes the way it kind of stresses the muscle. But with that, I'm gonna move the 255s over to the vertical leg or the hack squat machine, V squat, and we'll get into calf raises. All right, so we got 220 on here. We're gonna go ahead and hit some calf raises. We haven't done these in some time. There's even a spider web on here. Man. But these little guys definitely need some attention. Woo. Yep, we're gonna shoot for 4 more sets of those. See if we can really beat these little guys down. Hoping to end up get stuck walking up on my tippy toes tomorrow. Be looking like a little baby giraffe trying to hobble around. Ooh, the pump is definitely starting to come in strong, and we're only on set 2. All right. So, oh. Looking forward to getting some of these little gym rotations in before like September 10th. It's probably going to be the last workout I might have till after the move. So September 10th, I've got the liver ultrasound to go do, but I should still have enough time to work out on that day. Then the 11th, pretty sure I work out. So that's a Thursday. That Friday, one of my best friends, basically my best friend, will be here on the 12th. So that day we'll probably hang out, eat. Maybe we'll hit a workout that night. We'll hit a chest day. And I'll film that if we do. Because that'll be cool. You can see what it's like for when I get to work out with my buddy who I got into fitness a little over a year and a half ago, I would say, who's made massive progress since he started. And it's changed a large part of quality of life for him too, which is great. But we'll get a little bromance fucking episode in, which I'll be excited about. Again, like I was saying yesterday, I miss having a workout partner sometimes, or at least just people around, because it motivates me to push harder. And the goal is for me to get my training in nice and heavy and hard before he shows up. So, because I want to shoot for a 315 bench while he's here. Because I worked up to it last year, got up to 315, and then ended up leaving for 3 months to go do some work down in Georgia for a friend. And then now I've just kind of been working back up to that point. Now that he's coming out, it'd be real cool to use that as the target day. So since we did 275 for 2 singles yesterday, nice, slow, and controlled. I'm pretty sure next week or next heavy chest day, we'll go 285 and we'll shoot for a single there. And then I'll go for a 295 single the next heavy day after that. And if that goes up, it'll probably move pretty decent, I'm thinking. So that's the goal. We'll see. We'll see if I could do 285 and 295. And if so, then we'll shoot for that 315 bench when he's here. Maybe just 305. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But that's what I'm planning currently for that. All right. Last set of calf raises here. Then we're going to get into leg extensions. The calf pump right now is silly. It hurts. But now, gonna move back to this. We're gonna hit our leg extensions. So let me get set up here. We'll start crushing those things out. What? Oof. All right. Man, my hamstrings are pumped up. They feel super tight, like pressed against the pad. So, one thing we can talk about is, so when I'm here, the knees are still bent, right? So the quads are being stretched and extended. But since the quads also pass through the hip joint, the further you come back, you lean back, you can feel the quads stretch and lengthen, especially on your outer sweep. So, the more I sit back, the bigger the stretch. And if I'm extending that stretch, the more load, obviously, I get in the stretch position. That's going to allow for more growth of the quads as we can target these little guys. But I can tell you what, I'm going to feel that tomorrow, and it's going to suck. In a bittersweet type of way. It's going to suck because I'm going to be walking around like a little baby deer. That good old leg day hobble. But it's good because it means that I effectively pummeled the shit out of them. Now the goal is to be sore enough to where it sucks tomorrow and a little bit the day after. But day 3, I shouldn't be sore anymore. Woo. All right. Well, so just like the hamstrings, we're about to do the most weight. We've done quad extensions on this at 160 pounds. So let's see how these bad boys feel. Woo! I like that. I like that a lot. The amount of emphasis I feel the teardrops are always crazy on these things. Back when I was really in shape and super lean, and we're doing a lot of legs, my teardrops developed so well. Like, that is the only good part about my quads, ends up being the teardrop naturally. The sweep is hard for me to build. It is very hard for me to build a good quad sweep. But some people build a great sweep, shitty teardrops. So I don't know if it's a type of training or style of training that really makes that vary, or if it's literally just genetics in that case. But it's kind of funny to see how that varies some. Ooh, some Red Hot Chili Peppers. I don't know if you guys can hear the music. Probably not, because I have it pretty low. I don't want it to copyright me. Ugh. Ugh. Woo. That'll do for the legs part. Now we're going to hit us some biceps. Get in some curls here. All right, so we haven't done curls in quite a while. So we're going to start this off light here. Just some 10 pounders. Then we'll go to 20s, then 30s. We'll see how it feels from there. Because I'm definitely not trying to mess up a bicep or an elbow. because that is just not fun. And it's these guys. All right, we'll hit a set of 35s, and then 40s. All right, so I'm thinking instead of the 35s, we're just going to go straight to the 40s. Looking for 6 to 8 here. We can do the 40s. Maybe we'll try out 50 pounders. So, sorry about a little dog barking back there. All right. 6 solid reps there. I think we'll try the 50s. This will be the first time curling 50s in, oh man, like 10 years? Maybe a little longer, 11, since I broke my arm. That'll be cool. That'll be super cool. All right. I'm stoked here to even be considering trying to curl these, since I haven't done 50s in, like I said, 11 years probably. There we go. 5 real reps, and then 2 with a little swing to hold the eccentric. That felt good. I did put the belt on though, knowing that I did want to get a couple swinging reps in there. So I wanted to make sure I'm bracing my core, making it a little tighter, and making sure I'm not putting a bunch of load into my lower back. Because it's not fun to mess up your back. That always sucks. So, man, look at that. Getting a little bicep pain back. Let's go. Can't be angry about that. But that, guys, that's going to do for me for today. I'm going to go get my evening cardio walk done. I'll see you all tomorrow. Make sure you're out there working on goals, getting your stuff done, and most of all, just don't be a lazy fuck.